All right, everyone, thank you for checking out the channel. Today's video, we're going to be revealing, as you see, the new project. We have a I want to say it was a 2014 Raptor, kind of rough condition, nothing that I can't clean up and get looking better. It does run, it does smoke. We'll show that here in a little bit. But we're going to be getting this one off and getting it stripped down at some point, powder coated and all that. But just let you all know what's going to be coming soon to the channel. Hey YouTube, Kenny coming at you today. We got another video. So what we're going to be doing is working on the new project that I picked up yesterday. I'm not sure when this footage is going to be coming out to you, but this is a 2013 Raptor 700. I do have the plastics off, so I kind of jumped ahead of you all. I purchased it for a great price. I got it for like 2,500 bucks. As I stated, it did run, doesn't have a title, but it's a 13, and that's not a huge issue in my area. If I really wanted to, I can go through the proper steps and get the title like I did for a 92, but a lot of people don't really care about it, so we're going to do the full pretty it up build thing, what we do. So I'm going to strip this whole thing down, make sure all the wheels and bearings and everything look like they're good or in real passable good condition. I'm going to be powder coating everything on here, Cerakoting things, getting it nice and cleaned up, making sure all the bolts are uniform going around. So if it's a 10 millimeter on one side, I like it to be a 10 millimeter on the other. Make sure all the threads are drilled and tapped. I will be cracking the motor up to figure out why it's smoking. And we're going to just be dressing this thing up, making it look good. So we're going to get some up-close video of it and discuss what we're going to be doing. See, in this video, what I'm going to do is go ahead and get those rear plastics off, get them over here and get them cleaned up and placed over there in that area with everything else. I'm going to make sure the radiator can hold fluid, and we're going to get this thing started up so you all can hear it. It is a hard start, so I'm assuming the fuel system is filthy or something like that, because I know with the LTRs that is a huge issue. I'm not really sure with the Yamahas, but it's kind of a hard start, and it could be a lot of things. It could be pressure couldn't be good. It can be a dirty fuel system. It can be the injector could be clogged up. The throttle position sensor could be not where it's supposed to be. But we're going to check all those things out. Maybe not in this video because we're going to be stripping it all down. But, I mean, who knows? We'll probably end up having a motor out in this video. You know, I don't really play games and wait around too long. So, we'll be figuring out here shortly. All right, so we have the plastic sitting off from back here. As I stated, this is not a bad set of plastics for somebody, but none of the hardware was really in there. And I'm going to get really up close to it, take some pictures of it for you all, and let you all see what it's going to be looking like. But on the other side note, we have the machine sitting right here behind us, standing up, and just so I can take a look at the bottom and see about adjusting that linkage down there. But the plastics are right here, and they're off. Maybe I should have put them more to how they would look on the machine. There we go. Looks a lot better. Everything sitting together looks really good. I didn't focus on cleaning up the inside part under the seat. Who really does? That's really the reason why the plastics look like this on the outside and like this on the inside, is because I wasn't the only one who didn't worry about that. But over here to this one, what we're going to do is get off the skid plates and see what we can do as far as accessing that adjustable linkage there. All right, so here we are underneath the machine. So I'm not really sure how I feel. I don't think it's beat up too bad. I mean, it looks like any of the quad wood underneath. No major dents or dings or holes or crevices. So I think we lucked out there. As you see, the skid plates look really good. The factory ones as well. Not all beat up and tore up. Down here, all this looks real good. Now the linkage itself, only thing I had to do was unlock these two nuts here, and one side is regular thread and one side is reverse thread. So when you twist the middle nut, it pulls these together and pushes them apart. Once you get them to where you want them to be, then you relock the nuts. So that worked as I would assume it should. I did put a little bit of extra weight down here just to be able to make sure this thing didn't fall on me. So we're going to move that out of the way, push it forward, and see how it sits for us. I want that butt to be in the air some. That already looks better for me. There we go. Sits factory now. We'll be swapping out those rear tires at some point and see. Look like freaking donuts compared to the fronts. Let me see. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the fronts. Do I replace that? I mean, they do look pretty rough, but yeah, I might. Might as well. See if I can find a set online. Give us a little bit of time to sit, a little bit of time to rest. Once we do those, I want to see if I can get this thing started for you. All right. So I just pushed it back here a little bit. What is underneath there? I don't know what that is. Where'd that come from? Some kind of plug with a sensor attached to it. I took the air box out. Maybe it goes into that, but we're going to keep it. Sounds like an air box sensor situation to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I do have a new air box coming in the mail. Somewhere freaking spilled paint. But, all right. Key on, start. All right, so that's it. It definitely smokes. It definitely starts up. So the motor's going to come out. We're going to just probably rebuild the top end, see what's going on. Make sure the valves and stuff are seated well. Maybe do a time for replacement or adjustment on those. I did hear a little rattle in the top, so maybe the time chain is stretched. So we have a new timing chain as well that we're going to be getting installed. So top end is going to be redone on this Raptor here. And while that's all getting done, we're going to be getting this frame blasted, everything blasted, getting this all powder coated and redone. We'll start taking it apart. All right, so here we are. As you see, it is dark outside. My son and I did spend some time stripping this thing down. We got a lot off of it. Saw some parts that we're going to be throwing away, some parts that we're going to be just replacing and keeping. I do have a list, and I'm going to be ordering parts for it. It's going to be a couple things. But let's flip the camera around and talk about it real quick, and then keep moving. All right, so here we are, motor, and we're basically just down to the motor and getting the rear end off. So tomorrow I'll be getting the front arms and everything disconnected and all cleaned up. The arms are going to get blasted and powder coated. I think the bottom ones are, because you can remove the ball joint. The top ones I can't. I'm not really going to mess with it. What I'm going to probably do is blast them and then Cerakote them, because that'll be ideal for that. So I'm either going to probably do both of them Cerakoted or both of them two-tone, different color. Cerakote up top and powder at the bottom. We'll figure that part. The frame, I'm debating on sticking with it being silver or going with it being the Yamaha blue. The motor is just going to be back to silver-looking color. I do not know if I'm going to go into Cerakote and everything, or if I'm just going to clean it off. Reason being is just because I want this thing to stay budget-friendly. Maybe if I Cerakote it, it'll be more new-looking, so it'll bring more money, but we'll figure that. Swing arm is going to be powder-coated as well. Rear shock looks good. The front shocks look like they could be re-powdered and cleaned up. I could Cerakote those, everything, and clean them up and make them look real good, and then powder the springs, but I'll figure out what I'm going to do with those in a bit. It'll save me some money outside of buying new ones. However, we'll go from there when we get there. Overall, I don't think the motor looks bad and everything. Tie rod ends need to be replaced. Tie rods are fine. All this stuff has a bunch of overspray, which will be cleaned up. Stem will be repowdered back silver. We'll come back here and do the swing arm. I'll decide whether that's going to be silver or if that's going to go blue or if that's going to go white or something like that. The axle is going to be black with the hardware being silver that's on there. I'm not really going to rest with the brake calipers because those look good already. I'm just going to actually soda blast the ones that are up here just so they clean up well. But this is where we're at. All right, everyone. So I did lose track of time. We got to turn this Raptor. we got to turn this 700 Raptor down. We have a whole bunch of parts over there. It looks a little bit of a mess. In the meantime, it kind of did get put on the back burner because I've been completing this Raptor, which is in a whole nother video series that's going to be coming up. But the other one's nice. This one's going to be nicer. Let's flip it around, talk about what we got here. You know, I think I might actually close this one up, just disassembling it and going over all the parts that we purchased in order to get this thing to where we want it to be. So we're going to go over all that, the pricing of it to where we're at so far, what I think I need to buy, and the deals that I got on different things. So let's go ahead and talk about this, get down at the computer, and go over everything else. All right, stripped down. I did use a lot of the bolts off of this one and put it onto the other one. Reason that wasn't much of a problem, or if any problem at all, was because I am going to get a bolt kit from Alloy Bolts for this. So it's going to cover everything except for maybe the swing arm bolt and the 2 bolts up here. Radiators are right there. I have my master cylinders here. I have my wiring harness, my mounts. I do have new mounts for the front. I bought them for the other one just in case. I have an OEM airbox that I decided not to use because I found a used FCI, Fuel Customs. We have a Tusk gasket kit, which does well with the basic gaskets, but the head gasket pretty much sucks. But we're also going to be running the Athena with the CP piston in it, running a big bore on it. It was about the same price to go back to stock, so I figured give it a little bit more. We're going to Cerakote everything that we see here. Miscellaneous nuts and bolts there. Aluminum skid plate. We have the bumper. We have Alba Nerf bar. Alba long travels here. I have long travel YFZs in the front that are coming, shocks. I Cerakoted all those little brackets over there, the front rotors, and with the front calipers or hubs, I Cerakoted the rear hubs, master cylinder. I'm probably going to be getting some different levers for it. The ASV levers that are here are kind of old. It's kind of an old model, so I might go something different with that. But overall, we're getting really close to starting to work on this thing. So I basically just need to get the motor taken out, swing arm off, then I can actually start blasting this thing and throw some powder on it. Like I said, it has been on the back burner, but since I'm getting the other one pretty good, we're good to go. So like, yeah, those are the mounts right there. I have like different, just some cheap timing window covers. I have swing arm bolts. I have the steering stem bolt. The long travel kit does come with new arms. I am going to get new tie rods. I mean, yeah, we're going to be working on this one here soon. Really soon. All right, everyone. So the most part, we have that Raptor 700 broke down. I'm going to be digging in the motor here soon, but if there's anything wrong in the motor, what I'm going to be doing is buying a big bore kit. I am going to do the big 3. I'm going to be looking at some like Empire exhaust or Monster exhaust. We're going to figure that out in the future as well. As you see, I do have the FCI intake already, Fuel Customs intake. I don't know. I decided to go with the Fuel Customs just because they have the box with no lid. And I wanted to look as clean as possible when I go this far into my builds and have them looking nice. I did get rid of that YFZ 450 for this. I love how it feels. I like the Raptor. Some people are more of the YFZ style. I'm more of the Raptor style. So we're going to get that done. Yeah, and that's about it. We do have another Raptor going to be coming along on this channel, so I'll be getting some content of that up here soon. But, you know, if you're interested in what I do, here's a video of the 421 Banshee that I did. And also, here's another video of some of the Cerakoting that I did. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. And if you enjoy this, keep on pushing this content out. It'll help the YouTube algorithm, and it'll help this channel grow.